Hi everybody, this is CC Davis Studio. I'm Colette, welcome back to my channel. It's a bit of a different spot that I'm sitting in today. It's such a beautiful day here in Melbourne and my boys have gone to watch the basketball. So I have a quiet house and I'm just sitting outside on the patio and I'm cross-legged and so you'll see some of my dress in the background and I've got like a pillow on top of me and my little mat. So welcome. I hope you're having a fantastic week. I have been a bit quiet lately. I've been taking a bit of time with my husband who hasn't been well, and my dear friend Ada, hi Ada, has had some bad news about her terminal cancer. So I've had a bit of a sad week. Yeah, so I've been taking some time, oh, please excuse me. I've been taking some time out to rest my little heart and enjoy some sewing. And Sashiko is just a lovely, meditative, thoughtful thing that I do, that I just enjoy. And I've been doing quite a bit of it this week to just take that time, as I said, and, you know, just feel like I've, just taken time to enjoy sitting quietly and reflecting, but also just, you know, doing the things that feed your soul. And doesn't all of us, you know, who love a slow stitch, don't we just love, you know, taking the time meditatively sewing, you know, listening to other beautiful ladies on YouTube and gents who, you know, just sew and talk, and you feel like you're sitting with your friends. And I had the absolute pleasure of last weekend going to Treehouse Textiles, hi Em, and sitting with Sarah Tovey, who we sat and made a bag, and we did this beautiful technique of doing cross stitch onto this bag of our initials, and then, you know, being able to pull the thread. And it was just great. Sarah and I both are like, oh wow, this is like mind-blowing. And I'm sure you've all done it many times, but it was just fantastic. So to spend time with Sarah and Emma, who runs Treehouse Textiles, but, you know, Sarah and I become friends, and gosh, it's lovely to be with like-minded people. So, you know, it's been healing my little heart, and I spent my day today with my friend Ada. Ada lives in Wonthaggi, which is a country town in Victoria, and it's just lovely to sit and talk with her and spend time with her. So I've come home and my boys have gone to the basketball to watch the basketball, so I have a nice quiet house, and I thought I would get on here and apologise for being a bit absent lately, and thank you for the people who sent beautiful messages, you know, about my husband. And he's fully recovered now, which is fantastic. Still a bit having to watch his diet, and people asking where I am. So thank you. This is such a kind community. So what I wanted to do today was show you how far I've got with my Sashiko jacket, and I've started doing a little bit. I made this little bit up, and I really, at the moment, don't love it, but that's okay because we'll cover it. I'm not sure how much of the jacket that I will do, but it's a lifelong process, I think, and I'll just add to it as I go, but I'm really enjoying it at the moment. So I hope it's a bit of a feast for your eyes. I wanted to show you a few things that I utilize. So to be able to draw on the fabric, I use the Sewline white pencil, and it's like a chalk pencil, and it has refills that you put into it, and I love it. I've had it for a long time. I've used it with when I used to do a whole lot of costume making, and I haven't used the Sewline. I had a different brand a long time ago. It's really old, and I found this in an op shop with the glue stick as well. I bought the glue stick, and I think I showed that online once that it came, and then I'd gone back to that op shop about a month or so later, and this was in the box too. And you know, I would have seen it at the time and not known what it was. And it wasn't until I thought it was just a pen, I think. I hadn't noticed that it was sew lined. So, and this was attached to it. And I guess I just thought it was a mechanical pencil, or maybe I didn't pay much attention. So it's lovely to pick that up. So I use that, and I also use stencils. Now the stencils are not a Japanese thing, just that everybody is aware. Stencils are kind of like a Western thing. So I bought these online. No, did I? I don't know, but I bought quite a few of these, and I've had these for quite a while. I don't know if you're supposed to take the paper off. I would think you are. So I tried to take it off this one. It's a pain in the neck to get it off. I'm not going to lie to you. It's really tough to get it off. So I don't think I'll be doing that again. And there's these ones as well. And I think I got that inside a pack that I bought. And these are hard on your pencil. And this one isn't, but you know, they work. The other thing is I use all different types of threads, Sashiko threads that I've shown you before. These are called Olympus brand, but I use different types of threads. And I didn't show you last time, but Bitten by the Bug, so Bitten by the Bug so it's Bitten, BITTERN, by the Bug at Gmail, but they also have bittenbythebug.com. If you go to their website, they sell Boro stitching fabrics. This is 2 packs. There's 30 in each pack, so this is 2 packs put together. And so what I've done is picked out ones that I really like, and all I've done is sewn them down, but what I have done is embellished on top. So this one just had little crosses on it, and then I've just gone, I'm going to bring it up closer, I've just gone outside of where the crosses were. And it just gives a little bit of, I don't know, interest. This one had gorgeous little flowers on it. And so I've just slightly gone and embellished the flowers. And this one I've just started has dots on it. So I've just been going and doing some French knots on it. And I thought we could do a little bit of sewing together today, and maybe do some of these techniques together. So what I thought is we could choose, this one here is just that one, and I've just put it down, and then I've added to it and taken away from it depending on where I thought. So I've turned it to the side a little bit and then gone and embellished up into here. It does get really thick, so it's hard to get through at different times as well. So what I'd like to do is try and join some of these together. And I was thinking maybe, because I've got lots of circles happening here, becoming quite linear over this side, some dots and some flowers, I thought maybe I could do something like that over here, and then we could sew that together. So all you do is, I have to, because these are so deep down, I have to make sure that my pencil is quite long. So I'm thinking the stars are what I want to get the most of. So I'm seeing the stars on the middle. So I'm thinking maybe, so this does, a lot of people don't like using these because they say that over time the color can come back. But with this, it's just chalk. So this one's not bad, but I know sometimes people say they don't want to use, what is it called? Erasable pens, because the color, even though you wash it out or iron it out, it can come back. I'm not really worried about that. That doesn't really worry me too much. Oh, see, I'm breaking. So this is what happened. See how much the thing broke? So it does, it's very hard on your pencil. and because I haven't put hard enough surface underneath it, it doesn't really like it. And it does kind of rub off as you're manhandling it whilst you've got it in your hot little hands. If you've got hot little hands like me, it can rub off. But you just have to get the general, I think anyway, the general kind of marks down, and then you can kind of follow it yourself. And I'm not pressing down hard enough, so. And because I'm using blue fabric, the white shows up quite, I think the white shows up quite well. Because I've been talking to you, I can't remember where I went. Do you do that? So how has your week been? Have you been stitching? Have you got some stitching in? I've seen some beautiful creations on Instagram and Facebook of beautiful things people are making. And I know, speaking to Sarah today, she's doing lots of cross stitch, and she's out on her patio in the beautiful summer that we have here in Melbourne. Not as hot as what it has been. It's been getting up to early high 40s and 50s at different times, which is enough to make you want to vomit. I can't stand it being that hot. I do not like the heat. I think you guys all know me by now to know even though I live in Australia, I don't like the heat. Melbourne girl through and through. It's not particularly, it doesn't get too hot in Melbourne like our other states in Australia. Okay, let's see how much we got. So you can see there, I missed one. So even though it's coming into here, I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to just follow the line. So what I would like to do is have another one just coming up here. And if I don't like it, you just rub it out, iron it out, wash it out. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I like that. So see how you can kind of see it a little bit there. So we can do that together. And I have a few other pieces that I would like to add. Like, look at that, isn't that cute? So this is some of the material that we've got. And I don't want to do too much, so I'd like to do some more Sashiko going to there. So there's different kinds of, like, beautiful, from Bitten by the Bug, by the Bay, by the Bug, Bitten by the Bug, not the Bay, that's funny. They've got really beautiful fabrics in there. So I just want to show you a few that I'm thinking for this. Isn't that great? Look at that. Different. Lighter blue, the archetypal dragonflies, and then, so there's lots and lots of different fabrics in there that I just think are absolutely beautiful. So I just thought I'd show you a few rather than going through them all. They also have bigger pieces too, and they're $20 as well. So Andrea, and that's one of that piece there. So let me pause and get my needle and thread, and we can begin. All right, so I will try to keep in shot because as I said, I'm sitting up a bit, sort of a bit off camera, sorry, in a different spot. So here, I'm not going to do those ones that are in here at this point. I'm just going to follow these lines. So I'm going to come up here. Now, because these don't join, you can join them up. So I'll just grab it back again. So this isn't joining, but I think I would like it to join up. So I'm going to follow it all the way to join it up. So I'll show you what I mean. So here, I would like this to join up to there and this one to join up to there, right on camera. So it's almost like it's made so that you can, if you want, join it together. And everybody sees something different in these designs. Like when I first look at that, see how this isn't joined together? So it looks like separate stars. But when you join them, they look different again, don't you think? Or is that just me? So you can do it whichever way you like, whatever pattern you like. But I know that I would like it to kind of follow the pattern mostly. But I love that look. Like, I love how it comes together. So these, you can buy lots of different types of these online, and you have to choose which ones you like. I would really like a sort of like the dragonflies, but they've got other kinds of waves and things like that. So I think I would like to keep an eye out for that. I like to buy locally where I can. So a lot of my local shops don't really have them, which is a bit annoying because I would like to be able to support them. So I have to sometimes look online, which is what I'm loath to do. But if there's nothing I can find, then I have to, I guess. So does that make sense, how I just joined them together? So let's have a bit of a chat. So what have you been up to? What's your week like? Have you been doing any sewing? So you can see my dress in the background. When I'm not feeling, a bit emotional, or, things are happening, I tend to want to make sure that I look nice and dress nice and, wear a pretty dress, which is what I have on today. Those things that make yourself feel, a bit better or less focused on worries. Do you do that? Does a pretty dress or a nice jacket make you feel good? Or is it just me? So I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time. So you go in and out and rock it. You use a bigger needle, and this is a Sashiko needle, which really I think is just a embroidery needle. And you rock it in and out. You're trying to get even stitches, which are not that, but that's okay. And I'm always rusty when I first begin, and you then get into the rhythm of it. So I have got some ideas about the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery Volume 9. I've actually prepped a whole lot of books for their texture tales that the beautiful Rachel and Sarah are talking about. And I've missed January already, but I've already got a few things that I want to do. But I've been so in love with just sitting down and doing this that I haven't turned my mind to it. And the thought of sitting down and prepping a whole lot of things and doing that creative process of thinking and then talking about it just hasn't been in my head for the last little bit. So I will get back to it. So I know people have been asking me, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I've got some lovely, lovely thoughts about books that I want to make. And I've prepped a whole lot of thoughts about that. And I will get to it. I haven't finished my volume 7, which is my printer's trays. And that hangs over me because I don't like unfinished projects. But I've now gone off on this Sashiko tangent for this jacket, and I'm just following that joy. So this is what I'm doing. You can see my stitches get a bit better as time goes on. Yeah, so I will get to it, but you know, you've got to, isn't that what it's about? Sewing is about following your passions and enjoying it. So many projects, so little time. But there's time. You just make the time, don't you? You just, no hurry. You don't have to do it on anyone else's time frame. Just do it on your own and be in the moment, hey? Isn't that what we're all trying to do? Is stay in the moment. Enjoy it. Get out of your head. If you have to get out of your head, where I'm at the moment. So my friend Ada, I'm sure she wouldn't mind me saying, has cancer, and I have mentioned it before. Ada and I always have done sewing and beading and things like that together, and have been friends for a long time. And Ada's been battling for a couple of years, and he's doing some experimental treatment that hasn't had the outcome that we were hoping for. So we just have to hope and pray that there are options, and that my dear friend will be able to get through this. That's all we can do, can't we? So any healing thoughts and prayers would be so gratefully accepted. So everybody has, you know, Ada is the kindest, just most caring and giving woman, and it's not okay. This is not fair that this is happening to her. It shouldn't happen to anyone, but it's happening to my friend, and I just don't want it to be. So she's strong. She's staying very, very strong in the midst of terrible worry. So where I'm going here, so if you can see that, is I've gone up there, and Sashiko is supposed to be done in a continuous line so that you don't break the line. But when I got to here, because I'm banging into what I've done before, I've got to make some decisions about where to go to next. And I think I might go down here, jump down to there. And then come back down this way. So I'd love to make a Sashiko rice bag at some point as well. So, and I love the blues. Blue is not a colour that I wear. I wear a lot of colours, as you can see by my dress. I love colour. I'm not afraid of colour. But blue is one of those colours that doesn't appeal to me on my body, except for denim. I don't mind denim with a colour jacket, you know, a shirt or something like that. So I think this will suit me because it's an outerwear, and I can wear it with lots of dresses and other things as well. So I might come back this way now, back up here. So speaking to Sarah today, Sarah's going to look at doing a jacket as well. These are on sale if anyone's thinking about buying them online, which is a shop in Australia called City Chic, and it's online. You can buy it if you're overseas as well. And these are on sale, I think, for 39 Australian dollars at the moment, these shirts, which I'm wearing as a jacket. So if anyone wants to join in, I'd love to see it if you make something. It'd be great. And it's just fun. So I'm going to just add to it over time. Did I just bump you? Sorry if I did. Give you a bit of a jump. Yeah, so I'll just keep adding to it. And I've got the other white jacket that I will show you sometime, that it's got lots and lots of doilies and things like that on it. It's white and cream and tea-dyed sort of cotton denim jacket like this, but it's white, and I love it and I wear it all the time. And I've always wanted a bit of a denim-y kind of one, a blue one, but you know, it's hard to find the right style, and because, you know, I'm menopausal, it can't be hot, so I can't be sweaty Betty in it. So it's not easy to find, you know, something that meets that all of those criteria that you have when you're boiling hot. And this came up and I thought, oh, on sale for $39. Even if I don't, you know, it's not going to be too much lost. If I really don't like it, I can always send it back. So when it turned up with the Peter Pan collar, because I love a Peter Pan collar, and you're never too old for a Peter Pan collar. I used to get worried that, you know, my mum used to say, oh, it's only really a young person's thing. No, it's not, Mum. Anybody can wear it. You wear what you like. That's what I reckon. That's what my mum always says to me. She goes, you're never afraid of colour, are you? I said, no. I like a bit of weird clothing. Why not? It's not weird if you love it. So can you see I'm now coming up this way? So I'll go over here, and then over to there. So we've been having lots of hot weather here in Australia, particularly here in Melbourne, in Victoria where I am. We've had quite a number of bushfires, which has been devastating for some of our country areas. So we're thinking about them. And I know quite a lot of other principals that I work with whose communities have been really impacted. So my thoughts are with them and my American friends who are going through a lot in their country. I'm so sorry that that's happening. And I can only imagine how hard it is. And we are thinking of you whilst you all navigate this time. I've seen some beautiful creations out there. People just so creative, aren't they? Like, I know Fleur Woods is here in Australia at the moment and is going to be doing lots and lots of workshops, and I've never done a Fleur Woods workshop. It's one of those things that I aspire to one day do. I haven't been able to get along to one, but I really would love to. I love, you know, immersing myself in somebody else's style, but also just to be in the room, you know, just to be in the room with creative people who love what they do, who share their joy and their skills is just so lovely. And how lucky is that? So, and Fleur just seems like an amazing person and just kind and generous, and yeah, I would love to be in the room and learn from her, and I know quite a few of the beautiful ladies I know are going, so I'm so pleased for them. A little bit jelly, but so pleased, and I know that they'll share their joy with all of us, which will be fantastic. Seeing how somebody else thinks about, you know, design and colour and immersing yourself in their world, like what I did with Kate in the nest and with the beautiful Corinne from To Be Loved Treasures. Like, it's just great. You know, these women who are so giving set up these beautiful environments of other women who are like that, and gents, but mostly women who are like that too. And it's so inspiring, isn't it? And online communities as well, like this, where people just are so beautiful to each other and encourage each other, and it's lovely. So over here, I'm gonna go into here and try and, you know, when you first put these down, they don't feel connected, and that's the fun of it, is how am I going to connect them? How am I going to get them to make sense next to each other and join them up? And, you know, that's the fun of it, isn't it? How I would do it, or how I'm going to do it, you would do it differently. And it's lovely to see how people, you know, show their creativity and do it differently. It's fab. Now this is harder to get through because it's now a couple of layers. I didn't join that up, so before I go rogue, because that's me, I'm just going to join that up. And does it matter if it's not perfect? No. If you have a look at a whole lot of Japanese sashiko, their stitches are so well rehearsed and practiced, and they're tiny and, you know, probably much better than mine. I am a bit of a stickler for accuracy because that's how my grandmother taught me to sew, but nothing like the Japanese textile, and they're so quick. Not me. And, you know, it doesn't, there's no rules. You do what you want to do. That's what I think. If you enjoy it, it doesn't really matter, does it? I just like straight stitches that are somewhat straight, aren't they? And I don't mind jagged edges, and I don't mind all of that kind of stuff. There's times and places for all of it. But I know for myself, I'm a bit of a stickler for myself, no one else, because I love seeing other people's styles and how they do it. I just like it to be not messy. Although I think my nan would say, love, you could do, oops, I went a bit off there because I was too busy talking. I'm sure my nan would say, sweetheart, you could probably be a little bit neater. Sorry, I was up in my own face then. So Nan, my beautiful Nan, I hope you are here watching down going, yeah, it's pretty good, love, pretty good. See how I went a bit off there? That's okay. So I've been going for a little bit of time now, so let's just get us to the next bit. So see how I always put too much thread on? It starts to perish. So don't do what I'm doing. It starts to come apart. And I really should finish it off. She says, as she turns it around and goes up the other way, because you know what I'm like, I don't like to waste thread, because it's not like I don't have heaps of it. I do, but geez, we're funny like that, aren't we? So let's just finish off this thread together, and then I will do a bit more, and then I can come back and show you how that part finished up. So you just have to remember not to pull too tightly because it's one long continuous thread. I have to keep watching that I'm in shot. Sometimes I just pull it closer and closer to my face. So see how that's a bit tight? So I'm trying to pick up this piece here without puckering it. And I'll come over to here. So see how the thread's starting to split. Almost on that one. That one doesn't quite join. It's going to annoy me a little bit, but that's all right, because I'm not going back. So have you done Sashiko before? Would you try it? Like, do you think it's something that's for you? There's so many beautiful pieces out there. I know I just watching beautiful Dawn. Hi Dawn, Dawn from Dawn Meldrum. Dawn did a box using Sashiko and beautiful colours that Dawn's used. Dawn's got beautiful rustic kind of colours that she uses, and she's made a box of hexies with Sashiko motifs on them, and they are glorious. And Dawn, I really want you to consider letting me have a picture or a print of your fish that you did for your other wooden box that you did when you came back from Japan. Dawn is multi-talented and did a stamp of a fish that she drew, and it is that good that I would just love to put that or sew that onto, use that image and sew around it onto my jacket. So maybe I can talk Dawn into letting me. Oh, look how much we've got left. Can I get over to here? Don't know why I do this to myself, honestly. So as you can see, as I go around, your hand, because I'm a hottie, as in hot hands, not hottie as in, geez, isn't she a hot looking woman? That would not be true. I've taken some of it off with the heat of my hands. So you just have to guess. Or if you were clever or patient, you would go and redraw it. Seeing as I'm neither of those things, I'm going to wing it. And it will probably be a bit wonky because that's me. So I'm just going to, oh no, I'm not. Oh, see, that's what happens when you just, oh no, no. See, because see how much it perishes? Because I just try and push it too far, it's gone and perished. Beautiful. So that's how much I've done so far. And it looks weird because I haven't done this part through here yet, and I haven't sort of completed it. So all here has to be done. So I will come back and do that, and I might put some more French knots in here and then show you when I've got to that far. See you in a sec. So it's all finished, that little part, and I've done some stitches, what are they called? French knots. Oh my goodness, French knots. And I love how when you pull it, it gets like a little puckery kind of, I'm not sure if you can see that. And I love that. It'll change once, you know, it's ironed and those kinds of things, and I love this. I think it just adds more texture. You can see where I went a bit skew with over here. That's all right, I don't mind. So it's just starting to look very cute. So I'm thinking that I will do the first side of the shirt and the whole of the back. So I'm starting to think about what I want on the back of it. issue is with the back is it does have a pleat in it, just there. So normally I would want to put like something like that on the back. So I'm really going to have to think about, if that's the pleat here, having something coming down here, and then maybe having things that can come out of this side in stitching, and maybe having something across the shoulders to the collar. So I'd like to fill the whole of the back up, and maybe one side, and then go from there. So I'm really pleased with that, and thank you so much for joining me today. I know I've talked about a few emotional sort of things, but I think it's really great to talk about, you know, things that are happening in your life and how we use stitching and sewing in this community of people to join together and share this creative art form, as well as share of ourselves. So thanks so much for being here. Leave some comments around, you know, what you like. Do you think I should add some imagery of maybe some butterflies or dragonflies or dragon? I'd love a dragon on the back. If you know of any Sashiko dragons that I could do, I'd love that. So yeah, I'm really excited about this project, and it's just meditative and joyful. So I'm going to sit here, and as the afternoon wears on, and I'm going to do some more, and I will update you hopefully next week with where we're at. I hope you have a really great week, and from my heart to yours, and from my stitch to yours, please take care, and thank you so much for being here. Bye now.